Here's why the Houston Rockets absolutely nailed the Kevin Durant trade. So the Houston Rockets yesterday, despite it being Game 7 of the NBA Finals, and despite me being at work, Raphael Stone thought it was a good idea to trade the 10th pick, Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, and 5 seconds for Kevin frickin' Durant. The greatest scorer of all time is now on the second best defense in the NBA. I think it's a perfect marriage. This team desperately needed an apex scorer, an apex ball handler, a guy who could just absolutely max out their offensive output. This Houston team is now primed to be the second best team in the West. He gives them everything they need as a shot creator, as a pure scorer, to take pressure off of Fred VanVleet, Alperen Sengun, and Amen Thompson, and just really sort of balance out the team a lot more. Yes, Jalen Green was nice. He's a 20-point per game scorer, but he doesn't really do a lot of winning things. He doesn't hit threes at a high rate. He doesn't pass. He doesn't play defense. He's got like a lot of problems, and I think he just needed a fresh start. Losing Dillon Brooks is not great, but you're not trading for Kevin Durant because of Dillon Brooks. And the 10th pick in this draft was probably a guy who wasn't going to play for them. I mean, for God's sakes, Reed Shepherd was a top 3 pick last year, by the way, and he hasn't gotten any minutes for this team to speak of. I think this is a fantastic trade for the Rockets. It sort of simplifies their timeline a little bit more. Yeah, he's not going to be there for a long time, but I think he's going to be there for a good time because this Houston team looks like the second best team in the conference now. They're very young outside of KD. They've still got a ton of assets to work with, and they're going to give Oklahoma City a run for their money next year as the best team in the West because this team is deep, they're young, they're hungry, and they have Kevin Durant. So I'm loving it for Houston. I think they get an A for this trade. I'll give the Suns like a B-. They actually got a pretty good return for a guy who was forcing his way out and on an expiring contract. Yes, they only have 5 players on the roster who are all shooting guards, but they'll get that figured out in time. I think they may reroute Jalen Green or trade Devin Booker. They'd seem like the only 2 logical options for them. They're just stuck as long as Bradley Beal is on the team in purgatory. And let me know what you guys think of this trade down in the comment section below.